Christmas tree. Jamie Dornan, Amelia Warner. A peaceful Christmas with their children, away from the Hollywood frenzy. In a year where Hollywood seems to be constantly noisy, there exists a quiet place, no flashing lights, no red carpets, no headlines racing by minute. There, Christmas arrives slowly, very genuinely, and very warmly. That is the home where Jamie Dornan and Amelia Warner choose to return to with their children. A simple but decisive choice: family first. 1. A Christmas without a filming schedule. The Dornan family's Christmas doesn't begin with a packed schedule or lavish parties. It begins with mornings without alarms, with the smell of baked goods wafting through the kitchen, and with the laughter of children as the whole family decorates the Christmas tree. Jamie, familiar with the fast-paced life of a film set, actively put aside all invitations. He doesn't say much about that decision. Just one simple sentence: the children need a real Christmas. And that was enough. 2. Amelia and the art of serenity. If Jamie was the one who stepped away from the noise, Amelia Warner was the one who kept that serenity intact. Not with grand pronouncements, but with small habits: preparing dinner, choosing soft background music, keeping the house at a steady rhythm. Amelia understood that, for her children, Christmas didn't need to be perfect, just consistent. The things that repeated themselves year after year: hanging up old decorations together, reading familiar bedtime stories together, were the threads that connected memories. 3. The little things that make the holiday season. In that house, there were no arguments about expensive gifts. There were handwritten cards, crafts the children made themselves, and long afternoons when the whole family gathered around the wooden table. Jamie's favorite moments are reading Christmas stories. His voice is low and slow, deliberately prolonging the climaxes to make the children giggle. Amelia sits beside them, listening, occasionally adjusting her child's scarf. Those small gestures, without cameras, are enough to create a sense of security. 4. Stepping away from Hollywood, a conscious decision. Stepping away from Hollywood isn't escaping. It's a deliberate choice. Jamie and Amelia understand the price of attention, and they also understand the value of quiet time. This holiday season, they chose not to post private moments. Not because they fear scrutiny, but because they want their children to fully experience their memories, not through the lens. 5. Jamie, the most important role. Jamie may have played many complex roles, but in that winter house, he chose the role of a present father. He wakes up early with his children, prepares breakfast, and assembles toys that require patience. At times, he was clumsy. At times, he laughed at himself. But he was there, and that presence was the greatest gift a child could receive. 6. A Christmas without scandal. While the media outside continued to spin the story, the little house maintained its own rhythm. No TV on news channels. No work calls interrupting dinner. Their Christmas was scandal-free, just a slow pace of life. Amelia once told close friends, "Peace needs to be protected like a garden." And this holiday season, that garden was cared for with time, attention, and very human choices. 7. Memories are created in silence. Beautiful memories rarely need noise. They are formed when the whole family bakes and waits for the first batch, when snow falls outside the window and the children press their noses against the glass, when the Christmas lights are switched on and the room warms up. Jamie stood silently for a moment, watching Amelia and the children. No words, only eyes. It's a moment not shared, just kept. 8. Family traditions, a lasting bond. The Dornan family maintains very simple traditions: a phone-free meal together, a familiar Christmas carol every night, a thank you before bedtime. These traditions don't need explanation, they exist to remind us. Amelia believes that traditions aren't meant to bind, but to anchor emotions. As the world changes, traditions help children know that some things remain constant. 9. When the lights go out. Christmas is when the lights outside are brightest. but it's also when the lights inside need to be turned on. Jamie and Amelia choose those lights, the lights in the kitchen, the living room, the lights of bedtime stories. No cameras following, no online commentary, just the simple truth of a family living the moment to the fullest. 10. An unspoken promise. Christmas ended not with fireworks, but with a quiet evening. Jamie cleaned up after dinner. Amelia folded the blankets for the children. The family sat together for a little while longer, before each went to their room. No one spoke a promise. But in that atmosphere, one thing was understood. This peace would continue, not just during the holiday season, but in the very ordinary days that followed. 11. Returning to the world, when ready. After Christmas, Hollywood was still there. Work would resume, the schedule would be packed. But Jamie and Amelia had filled up, with time, with presence, with unproven love. And when they returned to the world outside, they carried something precious, a solid foundation. 12. Conclusion. Peace as a choice of life. Christmas tree, a peaceful Christmas with the children, away from the Hollywood frenzy. Not a story for headlines. It's a choice of life. In a world where everything can become content, the Dornan family chooses to keep what matters most to themselves. And that choice, quiet, visible, is the message that resonates the most. Christmas passes, but peace remains.